When my sisters were taken, my father crumpled the ransom note and tossed it into the eternal flame that burns beside the mummified pilgrim we keep in the dining hall of our summer home in Olfactory. We don't negotiate with criminals because it's not in our character. Every now and then we think about my sisters and hope they're doing well, but we don't dwell upon the matter as it only allows the kidnappers to win. My sisters are gone for the time being, but who knows? Perhaps they'll return someday, maybe when they're older and have families of their own. In the meantime, I am left as the only child and heir to my parents' substantial fortune. Is it lonely? Sometimes. I've still got my mother and father, and of course the servants, several of whom are extraordinarily clever, despite their crooked teeth and lack of breeding. Why, just the other day I was in the stable with Duncan when
Hooker thought about the foreign unreality of it all. It was almost mystic, as if he were in an alien world in which he had no control at all, and for a brief interval of time, he almost let his mind go defenseless. Then his training took over, and he responded to a noiseless alert signal because he sensed something had changed and that there was a presence he could challenge, engage, and possibly beat. Possibly. He heard the breathing first, a steady, rumbling, bubbling breathing that couldn't be located, seeming to come from all around him. It wasn't loud, and it wasn't distant. It was someplace near, and it was watching him. Whatever it was, it moved, and the hull of the clam dip rolled very gently. Momentarily, the breathing stopped, and then started again, louder this time.
A lot of people like to run down the cops. They begin to think of them as human traffic lights, or just two faces in a patrol car cruising down the street hoping some citizen will start trouble. They forget that a cop has eyes and ears and can think. They forget that sometimes a cop on a beat likes it that way. The street is his. He knows everyone on it. He knows who and what they are and where they spend their time. He doesn't want to get pulled off it even for a promotion, because then he loses his friends and becomes chained to a desk or an impersonal case. The cop I was following looked like that kind. He was big from the ground up, and almost as big around. There was a purpose in his stride, and pride in his carriage, and several times I saw him nod to women sitting in doorways and fake a pass at fresh brats who yelled out something nasty about coppers. Someday those same kids would be screaming for him to hurry up and get to where the trouble was.